up, you guys? Marty Schwartz here with Marty Music. Thanks for hanging out and supporting the channel right here. I'm going to do another video based on what I wish I learned my first year of guitar playing but didn't. And this one has to do with basic chord theory. I think it's going to help you. Also, I have a whole course called Marty Uncaged, which is kind of like the evolution of what I'm about to teach you. And I have a link for it in the first comment and in the info box. And I really appreciate that extra support. But anyway, let's get to it. All right, this is a real basic concept, but there's a deep rabbit's hole that you can dive down into. So this is kind of like a theory lesson, I guess you could say. So when I was a beginner, I knew a D chord, right? And I knew an E chord. And I just kind of thought of them as shapes. I didn't really think about theory behind it. I was just having fun strumming chords. But this is something that started a little light bulb, and then I started to investigate more into this stuff. So I want to introduce it to you very easy. If I took this D major chord, and forget about the open strings, just the fingers that are down, it's 3 notes. In fact, if I add the open, it's still just 3 notes because the D is right here on the B string as opposed to the open D. They're both in there repeating. So we're going to forget the open string. We're just the 3 notes of this D chord. What blew my mind is I learned that if you just scooted up a whole step, without learning a new shape, I'm now playing whatever the next letter up is in the musical alphabet. So if this is D major, I move it up a whole step, it's now E major. And watch, if I hit an open E in there, you'll hear how they match up. Open D. That continues. This is D major. Up a whole step is E major. Half step to F, because E and F in music, on any instrument, E to F is only a half step. So half step to F, now I have F major. So these 3 notes are the same repeating 3 notes right here of this F. They're just in a different register, but it's still the same notes. So that's D, E, half step to F, whole step to G, whole step to A. Same 3 notes. Higher register, but the same 3. Whole step to B. B to C is a half step, so half step to C. Whole step to D again. D, E, F, G, A. Now this comes in handy. Like I said, it's going to start to open your mind about the actual theory behind this stuff. But a great example of where this happens is Over the Hills and Far Away by Led Zeppelin. There's a part. So if I kind of deconstructed what that was by climbing up, I'd realize that this is G up to A. Now, another cool thing is when you're playing with another guitar player, if you knew a few other of these concepts, which really is basically the cage to this system, you can now start to play in a more ensemble style with another guitar player as opposed to just echoing everything they do. You know, one guitar player is playing a big full G, you could do a little shimmery G up here. Like that. Now, another concept is if this is D major up a whole step to E major, if I play the D minor shape, if I move it up a whole step, it is now, yes, E minor. So that means if I moved up D minor, whole step would be E minor, half step would be F minor, whole step would be G minor, whole step would be A minor. Whole step would be B minor. Let's see if these three notes sound like match up with the B minor that I know down here. Hint, they do. All right, now the other thing is it does work with every chord shape you know. In fact, if you pretended that you had to press your finger down on this nut to get the open strings, and I wanted to play an E major chord, I would have to voice it this way with these fingers. And you'd see that that concept is the basic bar chord concept. So E major, half step, because E to F is a half step. So F major, F to G is a whole step. So that's G. See if it matches up with this G. They do. Whole step up to A. G's the last in the musical alphabet before it starts over at A. Whole step to B. Half step to C. Because B to C is always a half step. D. Back up to E. You know, so if I wanted to play E minor, but I had to pretend to press that down, you have the minor bar chord. E minor, F minor, G minor, A minor, B minor, C minor, D minor, E minor. The same thing's going to work with the A minor. Or A major. I don't do it that way. I would do it this way. Right? So hopefully that gets your brain working a little bit. And, leave questions below and we'll, I'll try and answer. And also other people hopefully will join in the discussion to help some of this basic theory stuff. All right, there it was. Thanks again, you guys. Also, remember, I have a link for my Marty Uncaged course there from Marty Music. Thanks again for hanging out and supporting. Feel free to leave the comments below and, interact on some of these concepts. And I hope to see you again real soon. See you later.
I gotta keep on making it. Keep making. Hey!